Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Now, here's the thing. You know when you think you've done something, and then you go back and you go, hang on, didn't I do that? Well, that's where I'm kind of at with this Torchwood review, and the next one. I thought I'd spoken at great length, quite eloquently, marvellously in fact, about two of the Torchwoods, but I'm going through my notes and my releases and the files just aren't there. Perhaps I've got the notes here, that's fine. But perhaps I just didn't get around to it because real life was getting in the way. So I'm sorry. But from June 2024, Torchwood number 84, The Restoration of Catherine, with Tom Price and Samuel Beckett, written by James Goss, that's something I need to talk about. Perhaps it's because at the time I was writing something that also contained Tom Price and Sam Beckett, just to prove that I could for myself, not for anyone in particular. I just wanted to flex my writing muscles. So anyway, perhaps that's why I didn't get around to it. Because it's not that it wasn't a good story, because let's face it, it absolutely is. Let's have the synopsis and we'll take it from there. Sergeant Andy and the duplicitous 1950s Torchwood agent Norton Folgate find themselves trapped inside a house in the 17th century. Can they arrange a wedding before all time collapses? This is a clever story. It really is. You've got Andy and you've got Norton blaming each other for trapping the other one in the 17th century. But at the same time, you've got a storyline that's a bit like The Corpse Bride going on, where you've got a woman who doesn't really want to marry anyone being trapped in a house with two other suitors, trying to run out the clock in order to avoid her certain fate. And of course the suitors are awful, awful people. And it being Torchwood, you can kind of guess where they end up. And you may be right. But it's a cracking little hour. You listen to it, you've got the story going on, you've got information spilling from the outside of the time bubble, and it just works. Yes, it doesn't really affect the great and glorious ongoing storylines, although the main female character in this, Catherine, could, arguably, one day, and it is hinted at in the extras, end up working in Hebden Bridge, which is not a million miles from where I live. And that would work marvellously. Let's have her in modern Torchwood. Go on, I dare you. The exciting bookshop world of Catherine. Catherine's books, there you go. But it is great. It's nicely structured, it's tightly scripted, there's always time to listen to these two characters together. Norton and Sergeant Andy just work. They are a brilliant combination. And it's got to the point now where you've stopped thinking about the logistics of how the time travel works. You just enjoy it. And that is definitely a good thing. So it's a great little story. Here's the trailer. Decide for yourself. Not the longest of reviews, but it is a more than decent storyline. Until next time, be seeing you.
I was in my car, and now I'm in a horsey car, yes. And you're driving it. Norton.
From Big Finish Productions, Torchwood, The Restoration of Catherine.
Cooey! Is it 1950 or 2020?
Yes, sir.
Oh, doublets, big hats, horsey cars. Oh dear.
Norton, when are we? two boys are now in with a chance.
A chance at...
Why, marrying Miss Catherine de Winter.
Truly, I'm the luckiest woman alive.
Hello?
Normal Andrew, does your servant often speak in company?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Once I'm married, I'll gladly horsewhip him for you. May cheer me up.
Time's collapsing! Andy, this is it! It's coming!
We've done time travel before.
Yeah, but somehow, this is, no offence, but travelling to the 1950s is like holidaying in Rill. This is time travel. Lanzarote! If you're getting a radio signal, we cannot be in 1660.
The sky is dark. Even the screaming has stopped. Can anyone hear this? Can anyone?
What was that?
A voice from the future. Not that there is a future anymore.
I see.
We are trapped in this house forever.
Big finish for the love of stories.
Tell me, lad, do you play brandy copple?
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.